welcome to Eyecatchers, where we take a look at all of the highlights from the NAB AFL Under-18 Championships. We're halfway through the Division 1 National Carnival and excellent draft prospects continue to emerge, and this week we'll be focusing on all the round 3 action. My name is Callum Toomey, and as always I'm joined by the AFL's National Talent Manager Kevin Sheehan and the AFL's Academies Development Manager Michael Ablett. Now guys, thanks for being with us again. We're back for the third show, and it's the midway point of the championships, Mick, and a couple of sides are fighting hard for that title.
Yeah, South Australia continue their winning ways, Cal, and they've looked impressive in all 3 games. I think the real surprise packet's the Vic Country boys. We knew they had a brilliant crop of 17-year-olds to support the top age, and they are certainly emerging as a genuine threat.
We'll get to those games shortly, but round 3 started with a tight contest at Medibank Stadium, with South Australia getting the points over Western Australia. 5-point win, 10-11-71 over Western Australia, 9-12-66. See the final scores there. And the final goal kickers, Jared Pickett kicked 3 and Tyler Keitel kicked 3 for WA. For the winners, South Australia pressed with 3 goals, Joe Hansen, Burton and Neil Bullen with 2 each. Mick, you were there, and there was a lot of standouts. Sam Durden is a highly rated draft prospect, another tall of this year's draft crop. He hasn't played a lot of footy with that thumb injury suffered in the pre-season, but we're starting to see him get to his best.
Yeah, absolutely. He, like you say, he's come from a long way back with a ruptured tendon in the thumb. He's a brilliant size. He's 197. He's 88 kilos. Boy from West Adelaide. He's a quietly spoken fella, but when he gets on the ground, he is as competitive as they come. He's had 17 disposals, 4 marks and 11 hit-outs on the weekend. He can play centre-half forward, centre-half back. He pinch hits through the ruck, so he's extremely versatile. Got a real strong aerial presence about him in the game, and he's certainly starting to find some form now.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see how he goes in the latter part of the championships, when he does actually pick up that form and a bit of consistency too. Harrison Wigg, what can you tell us about him? A bit of a half-back prospect?
Yeah, look, he is. He's a young fella from North Adelaide. He's a number 9. He is an absolute prodigious left-foot kick. Big call, but I'll liken him to Matthew Suckling. He's that good on his left. He's had 18 possessions, 6 tackles and 7 rebound 50s. Got good speed and game sense. He's their go-to. He really does set him up very, very well, and he's got that ability to open the ground up through his ability to kick the footy long, short, and really break patches of play open.
Absolutely. Now for the losing team, WA, Kevin, Jared Pickett, he's one of the most exciting players of the draft, and he turned it on Saturday.
Well, he had some great withering runs, you'd call them. He took them on, really was exciting. I thought he was best on the ground. It was a breakout performance by Pickett. I thought he gathered the ball 21 times. He had 6 clearances, 7 inside 50s. He kicked 3 goals in what was an electrifying display. Sometimes people rise to the next level and then dominate. Well, he's done that, in my belief. He's got some traits that you'd liken to Michael Long or a Peter Matera. Very, very special stuff, and he can do it through midfield. When we say pace, he's in the top couple of % for speed over 20, and we saw that in the way he used that speed on the weekend.
Clubs will be clamouring for Jared, I think, to come the end of the year in November's draft. Tyler Keitel, a promising tall. He kicked 3 goals and he's sort of shaping as a first round, top 20 sort of pick.
Well, I love the way he presented at the weekend as the big forward. 194 centimetre forward. He's actually added about 6 kilos to his frame from last year. And he's got a great pair of hands, which is strong marking, his real feature. But I love the way he protected the drop zone with his use of the body, so he's getting better at that. He's a guy also that can pinch hit down the back. And I think he'd get some real confidence out of the way he played. He kicked 3 goals at the weekend. It could have been 5. And I'd expect that he'll remain a big prospect for Michael Pratt and his side over the remainder of the championships.
Thanks, guys. We'll move on to the second game now. And in the second game on Sunday, it was Vic Country who was far too good for Vic Metro. They got the points by 44 points. After a goalless first term, Vic Country hit back with 5 goals in the second quarter and kept their rivals goalless in the second half. It's the second win over Metro this year for a pretty good result for their rivals there. We see the goal kickers, all single goal kickers for Metro. For Vic Country, Wilson kicked 4, Loney 2 and Butler 2. Mick, Daniel Caperon, he was set to play forward, but then he at last minute got moved back and produced his best game of the carnival so far.
Yeah, an illness to Jacob Wiedering in the warm-up caused the switch. I really like this kid. I think there's a hell of a lot. He's got a hell of a lot going for him. He's the number 17, 189 centimetre, so he's a nice size, 80 kilos from the Dandenong Stingrays. Just finds the footy. He had 25 disposals and 8 marks, and he is an absolute smooth mover. A genuine, true quarterback-style player. Reads the game exceptionally well. He wins the ball back consistently, whether it's coming off his man, taking a mark, or coming up as a third man in to spoil. And just his distribution on either side of the body, he's a very, very complete type player.
A few Andrew Mackie type traits, isn't it, if you had to think of a player?
It certainly is, mate, without a doubt.
Now, Jack Loney's a small guy. He's only about 174, so 175 centimetres, but he had an enormous impact on Sunday.
Yeah, look, I know you're not supposed to have your favourites in footy, but the Dandenong Stingrays coach Craig Black loves this kid, and why wouldn't you? He's a number 1. He's a 174 centimetre and 67 kilos, so he's only light. I liken him to Hayden Ballantyne. He's just the barometer for this Vic Country team. He's aggressive, he's lively, super creative. He's had 25 possessions, 8 marks, and kicked 2 goals on the weekend. He just delivers them lace out on the good majority of occasions, pushes up the ground, but I like seeing him deep around goals where he absolutely wreaks havoc. He's the cousin of former AFL players Ryan and Nathan Loney, and he just gives you the confidence that there's still a place in the game for the wee men.
And he's got that left foot like the Loneys as well, doesn't he, when he runs with the ball?
Certainly,
terrific
yeah.
to see. Kev, for Vic Metro, we liked Jaden Laverde's run off half-back, and he seems that nice-sized player that clubs are going to take a real shine to.
Yes, he's the number 27, and I love his versatility, and he's been terrific in both the games he's played in this championship. At the weekend, he had 23 disposals. He took 9 marks. He laid 4 tackles. He's a lovely size at 189. That allows him to play in 7 or 8 spots at least out on the ground. So he's got all of the traits of a future AFL player, no doubt about that. That strong overhead, as we mentioned, his versatility, his quickness and his agility. He's got what we call the footy now, so he can sense where the ball's going. He's clean ball handler as well, and I think he's really one that's enhanced his prospects with his performances to date in the championship.
Speaking of which, Christian Petrarca shows he's right in the frame as a top 5 to 10 pick. He had 31 disposals for Vic Metro and was probably their best player.
Well, I think he's certainly their best player. He's a powerhouse, this fellow, and he's performing when it really counts on the big stage. 31 disposals and 7 marks. He used the ball well by hand and foot. I think his vision, decision-making and his execution are right up there in the top bracket. That's what the game's about, passing on the advantage when you win it to your teammates. He's a 186 centimetre midfielder that can play that high half-forward role as well. He's already 92 kilos, so he's a big, strong lad. He's actually lost 6 kilos in the last 12 months to make him one that can really run through the midfield. So I think he's got all of the attributes. He wins the contested ball, and he's one that's had 2 ripper games for Vic Metro today.
That's round 3 covered. Now the championships continue on Saturday when South Australia meet Vic Metro at Amy Stadium. Change time there for 10:30 a.m. if you're heading down. And on Sunday at Fremantle Oval, Western Australia take on Vic Country. A couple of good games there. Now, Kev, that's the Division 1 games. Division 2 starts in a couple of weeks. How are we expecting that to play out?
Yeah, so Saturday week up in Blacktown, the 21st of June, the 4 sides will come in. They'll play a 3-match series over the following couple of weeks. They are, of course, those 4 sides playing an extended series of games in the TAC Cup. So I think that'll be a very competitive championship and maybe on form. I think Queensland will probably start favourites in that.
They're looking good. Kev, thanks for your time as always. Mick Ablett as well. We'll see you all next week. We'll be back for another edition of Eyecatchers then. In the meantime, keep clicking back to afl.com.au for all your draft news. See you soon.